Hey everyone, Jeff McErlain here, and I want to show you 3 really cool and simple turnarounds in the key of E. So let's check them out first. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. 3, 4, 1. 2, 3, and 1. 2, 3, 4, 1. Before we get started, if you like what you see here, please subscribe to my channel, ring the notification bell, and like the video. I also have plenty of cool things if you'd like to help support the channel. I've got some great merch for sale. Of course, my music is available through my website, jeffmcerlain.com, as well as numerous guitar instructional videos. So what a turnaround is, it's actually just the last 2 bars of a 12-bar blues. So if we take it from our 5 chord in an E blues. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and 1, turn around. So the interesting thing that I kind of lost when I was younger, I didn't realize the turnaround actually started on the downbeat, and we're going to be here on bar 11. So this is beat 1, and here on beat 2, I'm going to play the B note on the 3rd string on the 4th fret. I have a D here on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string, and my high open E string. And I'm going to move that down chromatically, so I'm going to move it down 1 fret at a time. So the rhythm in that is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So the move is actually pretty simple. We can spice it up a little bit. Right, or triplets. What I like about this turnaround is we can actually expand it a little bit. Check this out. So we can actually start off with a full E7 chord on top. So you have E, here's my B, my D, and my G sharp. So it looks like your D7 chord, just slide it up a whole step, and it's E7. 1, 2, 3, 4, there's that E triad. And my B7 chord for beats 3 and 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. One other cool variation on that is I can mix the 2 up. I love that one. So there I'm doing both. I'm playing and I'm putting in my G sharp on top, move it down the half step, and then put in that 3rd finger on the top on the G note. Now there's an old Skip James tune, Devil Got My Woman, I believe, and he does it in minor, so just a kind of fun bonus. So it's a major, and then an E minor chord. So that's pretty hip. All right, so the next turnaround I love is this one. Now the interesting thing about this turnaround, it's really pretty much the same exact turnaround, just on lower strings. So here we had B, D, and E. Here we have low E, there's my D, and there's my B, and my E on top. So we just separated these by the octave. It's actually the same B. We brought this D that we used with our 1st finger down to the 5th string. So we listen. Same notes, we just bring that D down an octave and move that one down chromatically. It just gives it a thicker, fuller sound. And this one is a little interesting because I can hybrid pick it, as I did the others, where I can use my pick and fingers. I don't have to. I definitely like doing that. I could use my pick. Okay, now this one, once again, we're going to start on the downbeat and beat 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. There's our E chord. 2, 3, 4 for the B7, back to the top. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. I can put my E string on the top. I can embellish it by hammering on my G sharp there. I can use that B. I can use the top 2 strings. It can sound a little funky. That's a cool sound too. And then you hear Cream do that in the intro of I'm So Glad. Something like that. So, another Skip James tune. And in the final turnaround, I really like this one because it's really movable. So here, I'm gonna start with my low E, of course. I'm gonna put my pinky on the 2nd string on the 5th fret. There's my E note. And there I'm gonna have my D. So this fingering. Now this one I definitely hybrid pick. And what I mean by that is my pick is gonna play the lower notes. In this case, I'm gonna use my middle finger, kind of favor that one, to get the 2nd string. So start on the downbeat, 1 with the root, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and back to E. So, right, so that's pretty cool. Or, now you might say, hey Jeff, that's an E string, that's an E note, can I play as an open string? Sure. Now I really like that sound because you have that open E string, which always sounds great. So what's really cool about this fingering is that it is transposable. So if I want to bring it down to the key of D, I'm going to play a D blues, so there's my turnaround. So D note, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and back to the D. All right, let's say we want to do it in G. Right? Here's my 5 chord, back to G. Now here's the interesting thing. The note you end on is the 5 chord. The 5 chord in blues brings it back to the top, right? So we're back in E. And that 5 chord would be B. So watch this one and we'll do the turnaround. 1, 2, 3, 4. That last note with my first finger is the B. That's going to be your 5 chord. It's the end of the turnaround, but it's also so you'll know where your 5 chord is. So if I did it in G, there's my G there, right? G. Last note is a D note. Here's my 5 chord D7. But wait, there's more. If you take that same exact fingering and drop it towards the floor 1 string, it works too. So here's like the classic Robert Johnson turnaround in the key of A. So once again, I took this one I did in E and just drop it towards the floor. So here's my root now. A is on the high string. Last note is my 5 chord E, back to A. How about I do it in G on these strings? Pinky is the root, slide it down to G. What's my last note? D. Kind of reminds you of Jesus Left Chicago. Jesus Just Left Chicago by ZZ Top, right? And Lagrange, up in A. Here it is in C. High E. So all these are really great and useful. So check them out and try them all over the place. Just practice the heck out of them. So when you know where your root is on these, especially that last one that's totally movable, the first two are pretty much solidly in the key of E. But the last one is movable. And if you know where that pinky is, starting on that root, you're always gonna have a turnaround anytime you want. So thanks for checking this out. If you enjoyed what you saw, please subscribe to my channel. Check out my website, jeffmcearlain.com. And I'll see you next time.